I think as human beings, we place limits on ourselves more than anybody else. We place it on ourselves because we see society telling us to do things. We see other people telling us to do things. And we box ourselves in. And the moment you realize that was in your own mind, you were set free.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah, that's why they say, like, you know, it's good to set goals, but too many goals is not good to set because, like, then you're just setting, like, you know, a lot of barriers.
Yeah, limitations.
Yeah, limitations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. That's why I like setting big goals because even if there's a great quote by Les Brown who said, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll be among the stars.
Yeah.
So set it so big that it's not getting there. That's not the important part.
Right.
It's seeing how far you can go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 714 podcast. I'm here with Robert and Jacques, who I haven't seen in so fucking long. It's been so long. I think the last time I saw you, I was in elementary school.
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the last time you seen him?
That was the last time.
Not even in high school, like not once or like passed by?
I don't think so.
Dang.
I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I remember this kid used to get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think we were in the same class with in sixth grade,
Krever.
right? Miss Krever.
Yeah.
She used to always.
Oh, no, I wasn't in Miss
Oh, you
Crescent. In sixth grade, I was in Mr. Johnson's.
Mr. Johnson,
Yeah.
okay. So then it must have been second grade, right?
Yeah.
Second grade or something.
Yeah. What did you have for second? I don't even remember.
Yeah, you don't remember. Yeah, that's been so long.
Yeah.
But and now that I look back, I see it as such developmental years. Like, I wouldn't want to change anything about it because
100%,
you grow,
yeah.
the people you meet during that time is so valuable. Like, I met both of you guys during that time. So the friends you develop, and you just learn a bunch of social skills that you wouldn't get otherwise.
Right.
Like, there's nothing that comes close to that kind of experience of going to school. And then also, I mean, the learning aspect, you know, whatever. It's regular school. You're taught the same shit, but it gets you curious about stuff.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Right.
Is where you're in like history class and you learn about Columbus, and then you learn about a bunch of other Native Americans. And then we used to also have an art class. That was amazing.
That was cool.
That art class was amazing. Whoever taught that, I forget her name. She was like a Native American or teacher or something.
Yeah, they used to take us to the library or the amphitheater room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Even that like singing class was pretty cool. I probably
music
wasn't the
class?
best. Yeah, I probably wasn't the best at it, but like definitely like it was kind of cool because
I learned. I think what song was
Courtney?
it?
I think her name was. Or,
Oh yeah.
was that her name? Yeah, it was Courtney.
Yeah, I think it was.
She was I think she was the only one for the whole school. So she had like everybody in
Can you
every
imagine
grade.
that? Like hearing her, like her voice must have been pretty strong because she had to do it with kids, you know.
Every day.
Yeah.
I think I learned the song. All right, the first time I heard the song "Don't Worry, Be Happy" by Bobby Farron was during that class.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still love that song.
Is there a little bird whistle on that one too?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, it was funny because I saw this guy at TJ Maxx, right?
And, before Christmas.
Yeah, it was before Christmas, and this is when I told him, I was like, "Hey, dude, like, we're just talking and spinning up your like, telling him like what he was doing with his art and stuff like that." And he was telling me about it. I was like, you know what, dude, like Shyam would like love this guy. Like, let me just ask, you know, like let me just see like if he's just interested. I was like, hey, dude, like, you know, would you think about going on the podcast? He's like, yeah, that'd be dope. And I'll be like, all right, like let me just spit some shit to Shyam. I know he would like
Right after that Avatar movie.
Literally, yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. So then I hit you up and you're down, and here we are now to this day. So cool. I was right after the Avatar movie. With the Avatar 2, we just watched it. Yeah.
And then you went to TJ Maxx, and then I was just at home, and you texted me. I'm like, I'm down. Just send me a date. Yeah.
I told him because he was shopping for his mom. Like, all right, cool.
I was getting a little presents. I didn't know what to get, you know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's always hard.
Yeah, seriously.
Trying to find a gift for someone is difficult.
I think I figured I see it because like most grown-ups already kind of got like their own money, so they already know what to spend for themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
So they already got everything, and then like, you know,
Yeah,
so
plus
like, we're trying to buy something. It's kind
I
of,
think the best gift is if it's personal. Like if it doesn't matter like what it is, but as long as it has value to you, and you know it has value to them, then it's valuable.
definitely.
Like even I think most kids don't have like a lot of money to spend, but they'll write like a card to their parents or something. Like that's I think I'll continue to do that like for my parents or like friends. Like that's meaningful.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Than just like buying a Hallmark card and just sending it off.
We're like $20 in it.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah. Plus, my mom, she tells me, she's like, I don't want anything crazy. I don't want any jewelry. I don't want anything like that. I was like,
that's all you can think of.
Sums it down to like, what the hell do I get now?
Yeah, you guys were just talking about jewelry before this.
Yeah, we were. Because he was like, oh, I like your Flacco ring. I was like, yeah, bro, it's like one of my favorites. And he just has a little ring to it.
Which one is it?
It's the middle one, the Flacco ring.
Middle one. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, everything's clean.
Even though like that's the marriage ring, or like the the marriage finger, but it's all good.
Yeah, you're married to Flacco.
Yeah. To the game, bro. It's the game.
Yeah. Has he released new music recently?
No.
I think he's been
like there's just like he'll have features and stuff like that, but nothing like
that feature on Metro Boomin's album.
Was
really
good. Say with Takeoff.
Takeoff.
Yeah,
I love that song. That beat, this switch up is awesome.
Yeah, rest in peace, Takeoff though.
Yeah, seriously, that's crazy.
100%.
And recently, Ken Block just died. You know who that is? Ken Block, he was like a rally driver.
Yeah, that's right. You were telling me about that.
Yeah, he did like a bunch of.
I thought I saw on Snapchat that like he posted in the hospital that he was fine.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
The news that I've got was like he was in a snowmobile accident.
Yeah, I got that.
And that's that. And then he passed away. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what?
I know.
What was that guy? Probably young,
bro. Like 44
really?
something like that. And I remember him from like just the races he'd do. Like he was a crazy drift like maniac. Like he would just go on huge mountains and just anywhere. Like in Vegas, he would shut down Vegas and just drift around.
That's crazy.
And it would get like millions of views, and it's crazy.
He had
like,
that much money just to shut down certain spots and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was just that well known, and people would love to see like that. He was a daredevil sort of.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nobody else would do shit like that.
Awesome.
And to see him die from like a snowmobile accident, like I wonder what happened, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like so sudden too.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if it had to do with like neck injury or something like that. Just snapped or something.
Who knows?
Probably, yeah.
But it shows you like how short life is. Like you could just get taken away,
like
just
that.
like that. Like some people
crazy.
that
100%, like that football player.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's his name again? Hamlin.
I don't know
Hamlin.
his name.
Yeah.
I just saw on the news today too, or like yesterday, something like that. A 6-year-old boy like shot his teacher. Like
What?
6-year-old boy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, right.
So now he has a like murder on him.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't read into it. I just saw a 6-year-old boy shot his teacher.
Crazy.
What the hell?
Like at school. That means this kid knew exactly like what he was doing. You know, at 6 years old. Like I didn't
Talking
even,
to this shit.
Yeah, 6 years old. I didn't even know how to. I don't know. I just didn't know how to do a lot of that. So I definitely didn't know anything about
At
guns.
6, I didn't even know about like how to use a gun or anything. Like
I was barely drawing stuff. You know, like, damn.
Makes you wonder what the teacher did. Then.
Yeah, the
That's
teacher
true.
fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up, bro. Like a 6-year-old. How does that happen?
Yeah, that's crazy. How do you even get access to that? You know?
Yeah. And to see like that, like what happened in his life.
Yeah.
And that in 6 years he had to use violence.
Yeah.
You know, there's something that happened
Either
in
like,
those 6 years, because no baby is born with hate in their heart. Like nothing.
No.
So something happened there. And especially those like developmental years, like you gotta now that I'm around like younger children, like my cousin has kids.
Yeah.
And to see them like develop over the years, you understand like how important those years are to like give them love, because that's what they're gonna develop and show in the years after that. If they don't get it, then they're not gonna
push it out there.
develop fully to the best capacity.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
6 years old though.
Yeah, that's
6
young.
years.
That's young as heck.
Very young.
You guys think like there should be gun control in this country, like any kind of laws because of this stuff that continues to happen?
Most definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think there should be, because like I wouldn't just give a gun to anybody. I think like I'm glad they do backgrounds and stuff like that too. You know, when they at gunshot or like when you're trying to buy a gun and stuff like that. I think that's important. But then too, like I don't know. I think it's good to have like I don't know. If I were to run like the system and stuff like that, I think it'd be cool to have like, if you were to give somebody a gun, but then like how many people do you keep like having to check up on that person? Hey, you know, are you cool? Everything's cool. Like nothing's going on with life and stuff like that. But there's just not enough people in the world to keep checking on every other person that got a gun. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how I'd run it.
It's a safety thing, I feel like, but I don't know. It's like the background checks, like he said, certain people that apply for guns and stuff like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, you know, like especially if somebody who's been like healthy, who's had a record of good mental health, and then something
do they check
could
stuff like
switch.
that or no?
Sometimes
like mental
it
health?
depends.
Yeah,
like I know in Texas it's not the same laws as in California and shit.
Guys are giving everyone just random ass guns. Yeah. People are carrying them, just random ass people. Yeah.
And I think it's totally fine to do it as long as you know the laws and you have like the permit and everything. Like it's safe. Like it could definitely save lives if you're in a situation where you could defend a person or defend yourself.
Definitely.
You know, it's helpful, but there's a fine line where it could be threatening to others. Yeah, and that's where people need to figure it out. Like I don't know how exactly. Like it's been plaguing the country for so long, like literally years of the same problem. But who knows when that'll end or where it will go? You know, I personally don't see an end in sight because nobody's really like taking it upon themselves.
Yeah.
Like there are problems in this country or problems in the world that are starting to get solved. Like I just watched a video of this nonprofit called Ocean Cleanup Project, and they developed like a sort of machine or device to go into the great plastic what is that called? You know where all the plastic is in the Pacific Ocean? Right. It's like the great plastic pileup in the Pacific Ocean, right? And so all that plastic is just floating, like so many miles and miles upon miles of the ocean just covered in plastic, just because the currents like moved the plastic into that space. So they developed this thing where it gathers it up, and now it's for the first time they're like cleaning it up.
Dang, so, that's good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
That's like a step in the right direction where somebody took like a step forward.
But where do they put all that stuff at?
That's crazy.
In landfills, like, you know, where
landfills.
Not in the ocean. You know?
Yeah, right. It's out of the ocean, which is a lot better because it doesn't kill all the animals and sea animals and stuff like that. That's
they
crazy,
developed
though.
it like it's also safe for animals too because they have netting that's large enough for fish to get out.
Gotcha.
And it moves slow. Like it's not just so it's
gonna
all
carry
at
it
once.
and take it out all at once, and then the fish or animal like has some time to get out.
Has some time to get out. Yeah.
But then how big is it where like trash can still like come out of it, or like the netting?
The netting is I think I don't know exactly, but it is huge.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's massive. No. And they also put one near in the LA River too, like, or not the LA River, somewhere on a beach where a river goes into the ocean, and when it rains, like it has been for like the past few weeks, all the trash and stuff from the river that's just been dry, like goes into the ocean, and so they put a net there, and so it's like trapping everything.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that would like stop the water at some point, and it will like flood the other way.
I think it only picks up the trash that's at the top, like that's on the top of the water, so that there's way for water to get out into the ocean. Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Yeah. So people are making some things happen. Yeah.
That's good too for like climate change and stuff like that.
Yeah, and because of that, like I actually for my clothing brand Be Change, like we donate 10% of our profits like to charities and stuff, and the Ocean Cleanup Project is like because of that video, I was like I gotta support these guys, and so we give to that group.
That's pretty cool,
and it's beneficial.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Yeah. How is that coming along? Be Change.
Huh?
How is that coming? It's good.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
Just the just to get the word out of that message of always continuously improving yourself, like change yourself instead of seeking it everywhere else. That's the whole brand message. Like I don't give a fuck about any like how much money or any of that stuff. I more importantly I care about the message and how it makes other people feel.
Yeah.
You know?
How it gets through them and like, oh, okay. Kind of a little.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I think if you start with a financial goal in mind when starting any like endeavor, sure you might get there, but it's not as fulfilling. Like I always start something with how fulfilling it is to me. Like how much happiness is it going to bring me to see people wearing it or see people, you know, listening to this podcast and enjoy it. You know, that's better than how much money I make.
Right.
And of course, money is important. Money, you know, allows you to have all these things and have the freedom to create what you want. But I think it comes when when that's not your main goal. When it's just like in the process of going after it, the money comes.
Yeah, the journey.
Yeah, the journey. Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
And I know you've been starting the art and tattoos.
Trying to do that more often. Working with graphic design and stuff like that.
Yeah. Photoshop and stuff.
Like Procreate.
Oh, Procreate. Yeah. That's on iPad, right? Or iOS?
Yeah, on iOS. Yeah.
It's like an app or what?
Yeah, it's like an app on my iPad. Yeah. It makes it easy for me to like, you know, it's like a Illustrator.
Okay.
But like, you know, just easy on the iPad where I can like do anything.
Especially if you have the pencil, right? Apple Pencil, you can like draw and stuff.
Yeah, expensive ass little pencil.
Yeah, dude. $100 or something.
And they break easy.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you mess up the tip, like it's.
Oh yeah, because that part. It has to work in order for it to.
It's like pressure and stuff like that. So, you can lose that little thing because it screws off.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Apple products need to be better, man.
Do better.
Yeah, do better. But it's still crazy technology though. Like I saw the pencil where it, depending on your what is it called, strength of pressure that you put on it,
the line gets bigger.
Yeah, line gets bigger, or the
shape and
the
size
shape,
and stuff.
size.
Gotcha.
That also changes.
Yeah, the taper,
which is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like playing around with it a lot more. I was trying to like, cause I used to paint a lot, and I was trying to like, you know, paint on the Illustrator and like trying to like use different layers and stuff like that. I was giving it a go, but you know, I didn't like, you know, take a lot of time into it, you know.
Yeah, I like going on Photoshop sometimes and just like making whatever. Because for me, I never really liked painting on just canvas because I would mess up so much and it would just fuck everything up. And so with Photoshop, you could just Command Z and undo whatever mistakes. So I make hundreds of mistakes anytime I'm creating anything, and so you just Command Z, undo, and fucking just keep on going.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about that Apple Pencil too, because like if you double tap on the pencil, it like erases
it. Yeah, that's so necessary. Without that, like I fuck up everything. Yeah,
that's the one thing that used to bother me when I started painting was getting used to. Like, you know, it's like writing with a pen. Like, you know, there's no going back unless, like, you paint over it, you know? So I had to go through, like, this one painting. I painted, like, 7 layers on this one canvas. And I even was painting, like, so hard, I ripped the canvas and I sewed it and I painted over it.
Really?
So it was like a whole layer of paint over the thread.
Yeah.
He sewed it. That's crazy. Just to paint over it. That's gangster.
And then I had to just take the steps to learn, because now when I did that I was using like acrylic, but now I use oil paint, and it's like there's a lot of steps just to like start oil paint.
The preparation of it.
So like, you know, when you mess up it's like you know.
Are oil paintings mostly the ones like in like Van Gogh and those type of artists, are those oil paintings? Well,
Van Gogh, I know he used like oil pastels.
Oil pastel, okay.
And like pastel work. But I think like, I don't want to like say something wrong, you know?
Yeah.
But I think like, you know, like Leonardo da Vinci, I think he used a lot of oil and stuff like that. And Yeah, it's just like you gotta like look at the different type of art, because like oil, it has a texture where like when it dries sitting up. Where acrylic, when it dries flat, and watercolor, it dries like water.
Okay, so it depends on like what you're looking for. Yeah, like I love going to like museums and stuff and looking at these works of art.
Yeah.
And you don't understand while looking at it. If you go into a museum, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of pieces just there, and you don't look at how much time this person spent
on this
preparing for it and then working on it.
That's
like
true.
It's like days, sometimes years.
Yeah, I used to go to if you ever go to the Bowers Museum, they have a lot of old ancient art in there.
Oh yeah, I think I've been there.
I think I've been there. Yeah, it's pretty nice in there too. And like you don't really think of it, but like back then they didn't really have a lot of tools to like create a lot of that stuff. So it's like how did they make it? It's like, like what were they thinking about when they made this kind of stuff?
Especially like sculptures too.
Yeah.
That's another level right there.
Definitely.
Is to look at a piece of marble or a piece of stone and to carve it into a beautiful sculpture. Yeah. Like I went to Florence, Italy, where they have David, like Michelangelo's David.
Yeah.
And it's just there. Like literally anybody could there's no glass or anything.
So someone could touch it if they wanted to? Or something
I mean,
like that?
it's kind of far away.
Oh, okay.
They have it fenced off a little bit, but there's no glass or anything.
Yeah.
And I went there on a sunny day, and you could see like the light shine on it, and it's like the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, art's different too. I think art's good too, to have like art from like the way he does it, to music, to anything else really that you would consider art.
Fashion.
And, fashion too. Because I think it lets you express yourself.
Yeah. Unlike anything else.
And it lets you connect with other people. Like, oh shit, you like to draw, or you like to do this. I like to do that shit too. And then that's how you like set up. It's just networking too. I think it's real interesting.
Yeah.
So it gets you to
a lot of networking in art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you said you started with drawing, and then you went to painting.
Yeah.
And then you went to
I was drawing all my life, and like
just in notebooks and whatever
stuff like that, like at school, like doodle and stuff like that.
I would always draw like some random ass shit. Like you probably draw way better than me, but in school I would just like first start with like a line, just one random line. When the teacher would be rambling on about some shit, I'd just draw a line and then just draw another line. Just keep like fucking drawing lines.
Like, trying to build
and then eventually like you see something. Like there's something in there.
That's how you do it. That's exactly what I used to do too.
Like there's like a flower in there or some shit. Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird how the brain works. Like you just catch stuff like that.
Yeah, I would see like a face, like this, like some face that I made, but really you just random lines. That's it.
Yeah, that's how I painted one of my paintings one time, because I was doing driver helper for UPS, and we were driving through Villa Park over there by Top of the World, driving down the hill. Yeah. And I was looking at the sunset, and I was like, oh, that would be a nice painting, like just the whole thing. So I took out my phone, I just took a picture of it, and then I posted that one. That one's on my.
You saw that picture? Painting?
Yeah. I saw that painting. It's in my room.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorites.
Was it like more orange, or what kind of color is like?
It's like orangish, yellow. I have the picture of the painting behind the painting, like a little picture. So really? I know,
that's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, so you paint like your hand or just the painting of.
I took a picture on my phone, like
printed that out.
I printed that out.
And then he has an actual painting that he did in the back of it.
Okay.
So it's like a double look, kind of, right?
No. I painted that picture, and then I put the picture, the one I printed out behind the painting. That way I can know what the view looked like.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's how you painted it. Oh, okay.
I kept it. I had a guy on the podcast a few years ago named Remington Robinson, and he's an Altoid tin painter who goes out, and he lives in Colorado, and he goes to outside in nature or wherever, and he makes himself he gets Altoid cans that are empty and puts like a small canvas, like how small Altoids are, right? Like pretty small,
tiny canvas,
and he gets his paint and everything and goes out and like paints on that small canvas, and he has like the smallest brushes possible, and makes like the most beautiful art. And he always posts pictures of his art that he made, and then he takes a picture and then of the actual landscape.
And it's matching.
Yeah, it's matching. Like it's
dope.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like he could look into the sky and paint the exact color of the sky, which I don't know exactly how that's possible.
Yeah.
Like what colors, like, because that color doesn't exist until he mixes it.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And that's insane.
Yeah,
that's dedication
crazy.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people just got talent, man. Some people just do stuff. You're like, what? Like, you just can't even do it.
That's why I see a lot in like when I look at color tattoos. I don't do color tattoos right now. And I see a lot of these like, you know, like real like looking portraits, and I'm just like, wow, like you know, like you have to spend time making that ink on the spot. Or like, you know, like
really?
sometimes it's on the spot, and sometimes like, you know, you just have a base set of colors, like, you know, and you got to mix off of
Mix
that.
them, yeah. And that's
it's just-
different from like painting colors, right? Like tattoo ink is
because like,
kind
you
of
know,
different.
like it's certain colors, like, you know, a darker color, if you put too much of that, it's gonna blotch out the color you're trying to make, you know. So you got to be careful with a lot of stuff like that, and especially like, you know, you can't put that color down into the skin and it's gonna be the wrong color. Yeah.
Do most people come in with the design that they already have, or do they ask you to like make something?
It varies, you know. Sometimes people already have what they have in mind and they text me off of that, or they come in and say, oh, like, you know, I want a tattoo here, but, you know, I don't know what I really want.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah,
What's the biggest one you've done?
The biggest tattoo I've done?
Or one that's taken the most time, or most...
A project I've been working on is my torso. I've been tattooing my whole torso.
Yourself?
Yeah.
That thing looks badass. He showed me I saw on TJ Maxx, like, what? This guy did this shit himself.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been working on that. But my biggest tattoo in one session, I would say, that's a hard one. I'd say most detailed, I just did a quarter sleeve. On someone, it was an angel with a rose on the bottom. That was probably my most detailed. Like, I wouldn't say biggest, but yeah.
Damn. So like this whole arm, or...
It was a quarter sleeve, so like, you know, just the front half.
Oh yeah,
right here.
yeah. Damn. Yeah. Is that like the most common place people get it?
Yeah, like, you know, like the front half or on the
the arm,
the shoulder. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You should have said, no, not with me. Everyone wants to do a tramp stamp with me. Imagine.
Oh, yeah. I have a crazy story about that. Someone asked me for something like that. It's crazy. I was like, I look up, I was like, yeah, no.
Not for you.
No,
It was a guy, too.
It was some old guy, like 80 years old.
I was just like, no.
Was it a girl or was it a guy?
Nah, it was a guy. I was like,
really?
nah. And I never texted that boy ever again.
I was just fucking around. Yeah, no way, bro.
I was like, nah. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. No.
That's gross.
No.
Do you have tattoos?
I don't got none. I was actually, when I told him, I was like, dude, if I ever think of getting this, I'm gonna definitely try to hit him up with this. But I just haven't. I don't know what the heck to get. I want it to be meaningful too, and I just don't want a random one if I ever did.
Same. That's like my thing. Like I there's a lot of things that are impactful to me, but like I don't know if I want to tattoo that forever. You know,
because then I have to realize it's like on me forever too. So
but even forever is just only a little bit.
Yeah. One life.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the stuff I have on me, it looks random, but since I tattooed a lot of the stuff on me, it's like, you know, it's meaningful.
It's personal. Yeah.
So I don't really have like a
The
crazy
first time
story.
you did it, did you like fuck up like on yourself?
Yeah.
A bunch.
Nah, because I bought a $40 Amazon gun, tattoo gun. It's like $40. It came with a liner and a shader, a thing of ink, like needles, everything you needed. And I tattooed on my ankle, and I tattooed on my my homie's wrist, like right here. Like those both faded on them, and the one on my ankle, it got infected the next day because I went to go play Congo ball in the sand. I don't know what they call it with the medicine ball, and like I was hitting my ankle a lot on the sand, and it just the next day after
it
infected it. I wasn't thinking about it, you know. Yeah.
Also, it would have been fine if you just didn't. Yeah. But then you said it would have faded too.
Yeah. No, it's still like kind of there. It's just like, you know, faded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How much are the equipment now? Is it expensive?
My tattoo gun now is, I have a $250 tattoo gun.
Oh yeah.
But that's like still like little
average.
Yeah, that's still average.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was looking at the like top tier tattoo guns. That's like close to like 1,200.
Yeah. But those probably last a long time too, right? Like if you make that investment, you don't have to keep on buying new ones, right?
Yeah, and in a sense, because sometimes, you know, machines do give out on you.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, like, their warranties are probably better. You know, the equipment's probably better. You know, you probably get a one-take line, one-take shade and stuff like that. You don't have to, like, worry about a lot of stuff. But, like, you know, with the tattoo guns, like, the cheaper ones, you got to worry about, like, oh, I got to get my line straight with this shaky needle. It's just like,
Damn. So you had to really have like a still hand, right, to be able to tattoo perfectly, like
to like get the hang of it. Yeah, first I had to like, you know, like, because you gotta, it's like slicing butter. Like sometimes you don't even, like, if you're not used to tattooing, you're not gonna feel the needle when it hits the skin. It's just gonna feel like, you know, like air, like, you know, at some points. So, like, you know, and everybody's skin's different. So some people's skin, it might be like tougher, so you gotta push harder to get the ink in there. Yeah. And some people's skin might be like softer, so like you gotta back off or you're gonna have a blowout, you know.
Okay. Yeah, so it only comes by like practice, just doing it over and over.
100%, yeah.
I saw a video like a few years ago about how they used to do tattoos like in ancient times, where they had basically like a sharp stick where they would just put paint or something and it would just be like a dot.
Yeah, with like a needle at the end. They would hit
it. That would be painful as hell.
I wonder how do they do prison tattoos?
Prison tattoos. I was just talking to my friend about that too.
They do it like, I forget how
they use. I know how they make their ink. They I don't know if it's like aluminum foil, but like they light like a little fire and then they get that black stuff that goes on top of the aluminum,
ash.
Little ash, and they mix it with like water and like, I don't know, like alcohol or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like a risky move to get tattooed in prison. Like,
that's definitely getting infected or whatever.
Yeah, and if it gets infected, you're not even supposed to be getting a tattoo in there. So it's not like they're gonna treat you like it's crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is wild, but that's like, you know, one of the things that helps you get by in places places like that too, because like not even just with time, like, and like meeting people in there, it's like, you know, like just surviving, like, you know, getting like, because like, you know, you get paid in jail, but like, you know, like,
it's like but way below
like
minimum wage,
like,
$3.
No, like probably like that, or like cents or something like that by the day. I don't know how that works. But I just know that, like, you know, like people there, it's like a trade, you know.
They used to have
a lot of stuff.
They used to have like schooling and stuff like that, and like being able to like
I think
haircuts.
They still do. Or not.
I don't know about haircuts.
I was looking into.
They take care of you, basically. Like,
they
had to slightly take care of you for you to be alive and like, you know.
Oh yeah.
So,
but you used to have like gyms and stuff like that. But then they like recognize fools are just getting too big and they're coming out like fucking Jacques, like, you know.
Mike Tyson got out that way, bro.
I was watching this documentary on Hulu. That documentary that they have on there, that he didn't even allow, and I heard he got mad at them because they made it.
They didn't like that. That they did that, or that he did a show about him.
That he did what show?
So there's this I don't know. Have you watched it all? I haven't watched
Tyson.
It all.
I watched it all. It's crazy.
Wait, so
it's a good show, but like you know, like it shows like a lot of like deep stuff. That if he didn't allow it, it's like crazy.
Wait, he didn't allow it at all? Like to this day, he doesn't.
He said, like, I don't know word for word what he said, but I just know that he didn't like that
he didn't sign off on it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Then how did they make it?
They made a show about him.
That's how they made that Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
Oh, okay.
The families on that, like, think about it, like they're still like, you know, out there, you know, and they just made a movie about
exactly
that, you know.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. If you really think about
especially
it.
Like Mike Tyson now, like the Mike Tyson you see today is completely different.
Oh yeah,
he's not the same person as 20, 30 years ago.
He can't be.
Now he's like a teddy bear, bro. Like he's just love, love energy oozing out of him everywhere he goes. But
he's like
back then, like he just had vengeance on his mind, bro. Like he was out there to kill.
Seriously.
And you could just see in his eyes, like, I wish I lived during that time to see the fights, like in the 90s, bro. That shit must have been crazy. Like you could just sense, even watching it back, the opponents were just scared of him, bro. Like he was just different.
In those interviews, I saw an interview, like I actually saw like one of the recordings. I think I was scrolling through TikTok. I just saw one of the videos, like when the cameraman was yelling at him, saying something, and he just goes off of his out of pocket stuff. I was just like, whoa, like that actually happened. Like, you know, like that's crazy.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx talked about it too. That like at that point, he was just like crazy. He had a tiger living with him and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All white tiger. Yeah,
Yeah, all white tiger.
That's crazy.
And then
yeah.
if girls would like ask him, or he would just go up to girls and say, "You want a BMW?"
Yeah.
And then he would just go to the BMW dealership, buy them cars and shit. It was crazy the way he lived.
It's insane.
And I'm happy for him now that he's like finally found peace like in this world. Like the way he was brought up in like the worst environment possible, right? And to go from that to being famous at 18, 19 years old, huge star athlete, and then the coach he had literally told him how to kill. Like it was not like, okay, this is how you just slightly box. Like he made him a killing machine, like a monster. Yeah, and then his mindset.
Promoter used him as a killing machine to make money. And
exactly.
Did you see remember that one episode, dude, with the bird?
Oh,
with the kids and like all the up in the,
I think
he's
so.
Like, give me your bird. He's like, no.
What show?
The show that we were talking about, Tyson.
Yeah, because he likes pigeons.
He likes pigeons.
Yeah, dude. I don't know where he keeps them, but he has like a whole room filled with pigeons.
It's so random. It's like he likes pigeons. Out of all of it, like pigeons.
The most common birds, especially in like New York. I think that's where he has it at. Like those pigeons are unlike any bird, bro.
Yeah.
I was in New York last year, and me and my cousin and my brother were standing in line to go to this museum, and a pigeon. There were like 3 pigeons right there, like right next to us, and I'm literally one step away from kicking this shit, right? Like I'm right there, and I thought it would move. Like I'm touching it at this point with my leg, and it's not moving. It's and you can see them on the street. People are driving by. They're sitting right there. The cars are passing by right here, bro.
That's crazy.
They don't care. They're just
awesome.
dull to everything.
Unfazed by life. That's funny. I always wanted to go to New York. My dad's from the Bronx.
Really?
Yeah, I have family out there I never met, but I never been.
Crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When you get a chance, I'm pretty sure you'll love it because the energy there is unlike any other city I've been to. Just that energy and the people make it great. Like it's not like the cleanest city or anything like that. But just being around there, like once you're in the city, you don't want to go. Like the hustle, everybody's doing their own shit. Like you just want to be a part of it.
I bet. Yeah, growing up around LA, I bet. Because once you like step foot, like coming in like from Orange County, just like driving like to LA, it's like a whole different like like
definitely.
Even though like it's not cleanest, it's still like it still has this
it still has its problems.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I like New York better than LA though. It's just LA.
I would bet.
Seriously, that's a whole different.
LA is not.
It's its own little
Yeah, but I think for me, Chicago is the best. Like out of all the cities, Chicago in the summertime, best city ever because it's you get like the Midwestern people, which are the nicest people you'll ever meet, and the community, but. Especially during the winter, it's terrible because it's negative 30 degrees out. You don't want to be there. But the summertime is where everybody comes out. There's like festivals going on.
That's dope,
it's just a great environment.
Yeah. I always valued the architecture in like Chicago, like especially like that downtown area. Where, like you see that river that flows through and all the buildings. There's the massive. Lake Michigan, and then it literally looks like an ocean because you can't see the end of the lake from Chicago if you're like on the I don't know if they call it a beach, but just if you're looking at the water from downtown Chicago, you can't see the other side, which is Michigan, like on the other side. And the river goes through there, and I think that's like one of the only big cities that has a river literally going through. That's crazy.
You can see skyscrapers like literally right there too.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think on because I have that little Apple TV. You know how like if you just like you're not using it for a little while, it just freeze frame and just shows like different places and stuff like that. I think one of the places is like Chicago, and it's like whoa.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's nice. I love looking at that screen because they just have like a drone slowly going over the city.
It's so like
clear and stuff.
Clear, yeah. It looks
it's like
you
majestic.
You can reach your hand down into the TV and just like,
Yeah, sometimes I on computers and stuff, they have the screensavers. I think on my brother's computer it has that where it shows different places around the world.
Oh, yeah.
Like it would show like places in Iceland where a photographer went and caught what is that in the sky?
Auroras?
Auroras, yeah.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
Like the windows, like stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. It's crazy how like, like you wouldn't even think it, but like the evolution of like just having a screensaver, like back when like Windows was just that one little green with the sun in the top.
True.
Yeah.
I remember those days, bro, especially in the computer labs and at VPE.
Oh yeah, with those old Apple TV, Apple computers.
Yeah.
Those things are probably worth money. Those things are crazy.
I think that time was like when I learned how to type and shit too. Like I didn't know how to do any of that shit. They taught you like cybersecurity. You just like click on a link and you would definitely get a virus. That little
game that they had us play. I remember they had us play that little typing game.
Oh yeah.
It was like the little blue, the purple screen, and it was like
purple.
that space
It show you
guy.
like history, like of people.
Yeah.
What was that one game we played though, like just for funs? It was like Pop Tropica.
Oh yeah.
That was called.
Dude, I used to play that all the time.
Is that what it's called though?
Yeah, Pop Tropica. That Club Penguin, like
Penguin,
there used to be so many online games.
Yeah.
And now it's like nothing.
Pop Tropica. That's funny.
Yeah, that's why I appreciate that I grew up, and I went to Villa Park and stuff like that, because like we did experience like a lot of cool stuff. Like we had like I remember we had a buddy class from like, I don't know what, like, I think it was like Germany or something like that. And like once a week we would get a letter from them, and like the teacher would pass out like candy.
I remember my dude's name was Craig.
Yeah. Where was he from?
Were they from all the same places?
I don't know. I just remember it was like a foreign like, class. Like, like it would just be on the buddy.
Yeah,
like,
some guy or some girl. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then we had to like daycare, like after school daycare.
Yeah.
With Carissa and all them. I still want to go visit, but I just haven't got to.
That daycare was from I think 5th grade and 6th grade I was there. Yeah. And it was one of the most fun times ever.
Yeah.
Did you go to that too or no?
I think I went to Child Time. And then at the end, like 6th grade, I probably stayed there,
Child Time? Where's Child Time at?
Child Time was where you're...
Is it YMCA?
No, where Orange Lutheran is?
Yeah.
If you go up that hill up there, there's a daycare up there.
Oh, okay. How did you get all the way over there? The bus?
The school bus would pick me up after school, and I would go up there, and then my mom would pick me up from there and just take me home.
Yeah, this one was on campus. Like it was towards the back, like the playground.
I remember like over there by the old playground. Like,
That was, it was great because all grades were in that daycare where it was like kindergartners through 6th grade, so you get to meet like all these small little kids.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing, the buddy system. There's people like older than me now, like they were like grades ahead of me. They were like, probably like just graduating when we were freshmen, like that was the year they were going to graduate, and like they were my buddy in elementary school, and I was just like, what?
I remember
it's crazy
when I was in 1st grade, and we had different playgrounds than people who were in 4th through 6th, right? So I would look at those kids, and I thought they were like the biggest adults ever. Right? Like because you're small. I think you're like 6 years old, 7 years old, and you're looking at 12-year-olds
through the gate.
Through the gate. You're just like, these are massive people. And then now you look back, you look at 6th graders, they're like fucking small as shit.
Seriously.
Like what?
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all perspective, and then that time just flew by though.
Yeah,
it's crazy. The years.
It goes by fast. You don't even think about it. I was just talking to my friend the other day. I was like, damn, I should have probably like tried to play a whole bunch of different sports, even though I probably didn't want to. It's like I probably just should have like tried like to see because you never know,
Yeah, you never know what you like until you try the different stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm glad like my parents always put me in like different classes, even like karate and like roller skating, ice skating, like all that shit that I sometimes didn't want to go, but I just did it. And I'm glad I did it because at least you tried.
Right.
And even
It's
if you don't like it,
Yeah.
like then you know that you don't like it.
Yeah.
Right. Without trying, you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's with anything. Like,
And at least you have that experience. So if you ever need to, you can go back to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's true.
Even snowboarding. Like I used to be really good at snowboarding, but I haven't gone. These mountains are like snowed up right now, which is
right now the best time.
yeah. Right now,
I
want to
go too. Yeah, I want to go snowboarding. The first time I was snowboarding, like I ate shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been snowboarding.
We should go.
I'm down to go.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
I think skiing's a little bit easier because you have
Really?
the sticks to like kind of
you out.
move.
I always
you a
thought
little
that would
bit.
be harder just because like your two legs are not connected.
Yeah,
so
not
it's
connected.
Like,
I think it's easier to snowboard if you know how to skateboard a little bit, like
or surf.
surf, something like that, where you know how to maintain your balance.
And it's sliding the back foot, like
Sliding to that. Yeah,
That's the thing that got me. Like I would slide the back foot, but I would tilt my heel the wrong way, and when I was going down the hill, and I would just
eat shit.
fall. But I would get it at the end, and like right when we were about to leave, I'm like, I just got it.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you want to keep going more because like shit, it's fucking fun.
Yeah.
you
It's
really.
addicting.
I think I
Yeah.
went the first time I tried it. I took classes like as a beginner. There's like classes that you could take, and through that process, like you learn a little bit at a time. Like at first, they teach you how to turn just one way, just turn right, just turn left, and then over time you develop like the skills little by little, and then eventually you could go down like any mountain, any slope. And I used to be pretty fucking good. Like I could do jumps and stuff.
Really?
That's
Like
dope.
I was good.
That's dope.
And I was like a kid too. Like I went to Colorado and did slopes over there.
Really?
Yeah.
You
But
don't have videos and stuff?
Yeah, I have videos.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
show
it's
me.
like on a camcorder though, like fucking old school.
Yeah.
But and then I haven't done it for I think like 3 years now.
Really?
So I gotta get back into that shit.
Yeah,
You're probably gotta get a new board too. I'm guessing. So probably have to get a new board and stuff like that.
You could just rent it. Like, you don't have to,
okay.
unless you're, because I don't go every
Get
year.
serious, yeah.
So yeah, it's probably like $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets expensive.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's not cheap.
Like you don't use them often, so unless like you do, and like they last you a long time because they gotta be put up against like weather.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like buying a surfboard or something like that.
Yeah, especially here, we're lucky that we get like every season every kind of climate. We get the snow in the mountains, we get beach, we get
Desert,
all that.
Yeah.
But even then, like we should go often. Like we
Right.
should be able to do all the things, but I don't know. We just somehow we don't make the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then money too comes down to it too. Gets expensive.
Yeah, it's
That's just
especially like the stuff in California.
Yeah. Even getting to like Big Bear and stuff is like an hour drive, and then you gotta sit in traffic.
That's the
Everybody
thing, too,
goes.
traffic,
Like right now, I bet you there's thousands of people in Big Bear right now.
I know.
And then you gotta get the Airbnb.
Everything.
You gotta
It just costs, like I said,
You
costs
gotta
money.
live.
Yeah. It just costs money.
Yeah, there have been times where we just went for like one day, and you gotta go quick. But the traffic on the way back down the mountain was like 3
it's not
hours.
that bad, yeah.
It was bad.
Oh, it's bad?
It was bad.
It's
It
worse?
was bad.
I remember I went up there one time. It was worse to get in there, but like once we were leaving, like it was
bad.
easy. Yeah, it was easy.
Did you leave at night or did you leave like
It was
sort of?
probably like end of the day, night. Yeah.
Okay.
So we were only there for the day. We got there early morning and we left late at night. I went with remember Jared Hermosillo?
I remember
Gizmo?
that name.
Gizmo, we used to call him.
Yeah.
He's on the football team.
Yeah.
But yeah, he took me out there with his family.
Oh yeah, I
That's
think that
pretty
kid
fun.
was in my 9th grade English class.
Yeah.
Like he sat right next to me, like right here. That teacher was the worst though.
What's teacher?
Barrington. Yeah. But I had her in 11th grade, and because of that class, like it made me the writer I am today. She somehow changed in 2 years. Like she was nice in 11th grade, but in 9th grade she was terrible. Bro.
Probably recognize it.
She had a
like,
character change.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, she lost weight and shit. So she
That's probably
She was
why.
vibing. She was vibing.
That's exactly why. Like, oh shit, I'm feeling myself.
It's comedy.
Hilarious.
But the difference it makes though, like those teachers that are like kind and like helpful, it changes the way you like learn a subject.
Sometimes it even makes you want to learn, you know?
Yeah,
Sometimes
it makes you want to learn.
You know,
I saw the art teacher back in the day. I remember she would always tell me, like, oh, this is really nice. Like, blah, blah, like, you know, this is cool. Like, you know, and it's like, you know, she's probably telling that to everyone, but like, you know, it stuck with me. It's just like, oh, wow. Like, you know, like, hey, maybe I am good.
This is the one from Bell Park?
Yeah.
I don't remember what she looks like.
I remember I have it's still to this day, like, she used to give out these gold little stickers.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
When you, like, she would post them up and, like, pick who, like, you know,
did the best or like one of the best.
And I had one of them. I was like, oh, snap. I found it. I was like, oh, no way. That's crazy.
Yeah, it makes you want to learn and want to improve too. I think as like students, if a teacher like gives criticism in a harsh way, that they think that might improve them, but in reality it doesn't. In reality, it makes you want to like defend yourself that you did a good job or whatever. Or it makes you feel bad about yourself. But if you give out criticism in an encouraging way, that'll make you want to do better, right? And it's something that I think everyone should learn.
Yeah, I think like constructive criticism could be like given out, but like in the right way, in the right tone. Some people giving out, and you're like, oh, dude, this guy sounds like a fucking dick. Like, why is he saying like this?
Yeah, for me personally, the way that I learned to handle criticism is now with the first thing I say is something good, right? Like something good, or even you could say something good after you say something bad.
Yeah, like compliment sandwich.
Yeah, like always add something good too. Like what did the person do right? Because there's a quote by this famous author, Dale Carnegie, who said, once I did wrong, and that I heard ever. Twice I did right, and that I heard never. Meaning twice this guy did something good, but nobody said anything about the multiple times I've done something great. Nobody said anything, but the one time that I messed up, now everybody's telling me, right? So it's opposite. Because with kids, like when a kid is learning how to walk, a baby's learning how to walk, we don't say, you know, if the baby falls, we don't say like, get the fuck up, you know? Like we don't say
like,
that.
what are you doing?
No, like we encourage even if they fail.
Yeah.
So when did that get lost? Because if we continue to do that, then you could be the best teacher, you know?
Yeah, I've been trying to learn that a lot more because I'm a supervisor at UPS. So I got to teach a lot of people like the ins and outs of the job, like as they get hired. And it's like, sometimes it's like, you know, like we're running an operation. I got to remember that I'm still talking to a human being and I'm not just like moving like chess pieces or something like that, you know? Like you actually got to like, you know, be grounded and realize like what you're saying and like your words are impactful. Like, you know, like even when you're trying to get the message across, like help me with this, help me with that, you know, you still got to be like understanding. Yeah.
The way you say it has much more impact. And I think people notice that too. If you take time, and sure, you might be like in a rush or wanting this person to do something, but if you take the time to thoughtfully put it out, you'll see you won't have to bug them as much. Like you won't have to keep on saying
it. Might actually change a little. Might definitely
like get a connection or something like that. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
And those relationships become valuable too. Like you'll want to like go into work more, or you want to hang out with this person more because of that communication. Yeah. That's one of the biggest lessons I've learned is, when you're talking to someone, you're not talking to creatures of logic. You're talking to creatures of emotion. Yeah. So you might want something from someone, but if you just tell them straight up, then they're most likely not gonna, you know, give you exactly what you want. But if you say it in a more charismatic way, more empathy, more compassion,
because people move off emotion, not like
exactly.
I get that. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice saying.
Yeah, I learned so much from that one author that I mentioned, Dale Carnegie. He wrote multiple books. Like I'm reading 2 of them now. I read the first one, How to Win Friends and Influence People. You might have heard of it.
I heard of that. Yeah,
and that's one of my favorite books, if not my most favorite book, because the principles I learned in that could be applied literally in any conversation, in any person. Like you could communicate and use those principles every single day. And
How to Win Friends, not what?
how to influence friends now you messed me up.
Sorry,
How to influence how to influence people and something else. I forget. Fuck. Yeah.
Have you ever read the Robert Greene? He has the 50th law.
The 50th law.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it?
It's 50 cents. It's 50. He has Robert Greene wrote a book before, but he has a book with 50 Cent called the 50th Law.
50th Law.
I've been reading that a lot.
It's good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good book. About? It's just it tells a lot about 50's childhood growing up in the beginning.
Is it the 48 Laws of Power?
Yeah, Robert Greene has that one, and then he has one with 50 Cent. Yeah, okay. the 50 laws of power, maybe, or 50th
law. The 50th law.
The 50th law. Yeah, said it right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one is with 50 Cent.
Yeah, so it has a little bit like it has 50 Cent's intake on it and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool book, like it still has some of the like cool stuff in the
original. Yeah.
But I've been reading a lot about that, and it's eye opening because a lot of stuff that they say in there is stuff that you're dealing with and you don't want to tell people about. It's like, oh shit, like other people are dealing with the same stuff.
Yeah. Authors and poets have a great way of putting words where you just it hits you right where you're at that moment. And I think reading is one of the best things we could do because you're grasping knowledge from people who have lived a full life.
Oh yeah.
Maybe 100 years ago, maybe just a few years, or maybe they're living right now. But their experience and whatever they've written can now serve you because you might not have gone through that experience, but learning from somebody else's experience, you don't have to go through the same struggles. Right. You could learn. It's if somebody never tells you that touching a fire will burn you, then you might fucking do it, right? But you could, somebody teaches you that, and that's with everything, like with communication, with being a person, with art. You could just learn from other people, and that will benefit you forever. It just continues to grow.
Yes, knowledge. It keeps going as long as it's documented.
Yeah, they always have that poster in every classroom. Knowledge is power.
That's with the little cat hanging out.
Like the worst picture too. Some guy sitting on a bench or some shit. It's weird, but you don't really get it as a kid. Sure, knowledge is power, whatever. Read books, but as you grow older, you realize without knowledge, you're in the dark. Yeah,
you can't really do anything. Yeah.
You can't do anything.
You don't know it. Yeah.
The skills you learn, the knowledge you gain, whether that's in communication, whether that's in just how to carry yourself,
right,
or driving or whatever. That's what empowers you to do stuff like that. That's what allows you to create and make stuff happen. Without knowledge, you're powerless.
Yeah.
And
that's why I say try a lot of things because when I was in high school I didn't try a lot of sports like you said and stuff like that because if you have the knowledge of it you can do it's you have it now no one can take that from you. It's pretty cool.
And there was a Kanye song that said everything I'm not made me everything I am. Right. So even knowing that what you're not leads you closer to who you are. So you had to have both sides, which is a clever way to put it. It's like that. What's that symbol the yin and yang symbol?
Yang. Oh, yeah. I have that tattooed right here.
You have that?
I have it drooping tattooed right here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my old tattoos that I kind of didn't do right, but it's.
I think that's the most common tattoo.
The yin
yang. Everybody has.
Nah, the most common one is a koi fish.
Koi fish, really?
A koi fish or a
butterfly.
It depends because there's Japanese traditional and there's American traditional and stuff like that. Say with American traditional.
How about the characters? Do people put a lot of Japanese characters or Chinese characters?
Yeah. With Japanese traditional, with American traditional, you get a lot of animals and stuff like that. Different, Japanese traditionally you get like dragons. Like you still get animals like tigers and stuff like that. But yeah, it's cool. It's like different, you know.
Yeah, it's different culture. Yeah, it's different things. Yeah. That would be a dope tattoo though, like a dragon or some shit.
Yeah, that's some pretty good art. You know, Mr. Cartoon.
Mr. Cartoon. Maybe.
Oh man, you should see some of that guy's art.
Is it that guy that does like it's like a blank?
He does all the rappers' tattoos.
Nah,
yeah, you should.
I heard of that one guy that put No Pain that put Dirk to sleep. And tattooed his whole back, and Lil Uzi, he tattooed his whole, like, he puts them under, and like they're like heavily sedated, so they don't wake up. But, like, they do a whole session, like they tattoo his whole chest, like the
all
whole
in
back,
one time,
all in one session.
Yeah,
like I saw like Lil Durk, he got his full back tattooed. And then he got his leg tattooed in the session, full legs.
That's
like
crazy.
How many hours is that?
And it's like, it's like a whole bunch of different tattoo artists like working at one time.
Not one dude.
Is that better though, like for the artists, because they're just knocked out and they can't move?
It's better for the person.
Oh, it's better for the person.
In a sense, because you're still gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, oh, like what the?
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah, but it's probably like a cool like experience for like the artist, because like you're working with like different people on like this one tattoo. Like usually it's like yourself like
doing the whole thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I bet that's like one thing I want to do one day. I want to open like a tattoo shop with like a like, you know, you have something else inside of there. You have like a bar or something, like you have like a lounge, like, you know, like
where you could chill and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and people like conversate and like stuff like that, like an art studio with it, you know.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so that way it's a whole like vibe when you walk in there. Like, say if someone doesn't know what they want, but like, you know, they walk through like this whole like experience, but now they
now they know what they want a little bit more.
Or shit, like take a drink and then fuck, all right, maybe I feel a little relaxed, and then now let me get that tattoo now, you know.
Yeah, and have food there, because a lot of people don't eat before they have tattoos, get tattoos,
which is the wrong thing to do, right?
Yeah, I had people pass out before.
Yeah, because you need that energy.
Names, but yeah,
I know.
I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, a lot of people have.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's crazy too. Like if you don't have enough, like it's like your blood sugar, like it's low. Like, you know, like it's easy for you to pass out because like you're losing blood getting a tattoo. And like say like you just wake up and you get shit out of bed, you don't even drink water, but you hop in your car and you can go get a tattoo. You're most likely
does it
really pass
have any
out.
side effects if you like go across like the veins and stuff? Like
no, it just depends your pressure. Like say like you have a blowout on top of a vein, maybe like the ink could have gotten in the vein, but it depends, because like your skin has 3 different layers. You have the, I want to say the hypodermis, the dermis, and the epidermis. Or it's probably the other way.
Right.
It's probably the other way around. But the dermis, that's where you want to keep the ink, and it's a pretty thick layer of skin. And the hypodermis and the epidermis is like the bottom layers. Yeah, it's like, you know. And
so the first layer is where you want it to be.
No, the second layer. So the first layer, that's the part that you feel right here, you know? Yeah. The second layer, that's the part where you want the ink to sit, because like you won't feel it, but the ink will be there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And like you have the other skin that will heal on top, and then that's where like the ink sits.
Okay.
Like you can't take it out.
Yeah.
But if you get a blowout, the ink will kind of like blotch up, and like you can kind of see the ink, and it looks like it's melting into the skin, and that's not how it's supposed to look.
Okay.
But over time, you know, your skin.
What's the side effects for that person?
Nothing will happen. I have blowouts. It's all blowout right here. It's like, you know, just me learning how to tattoo. Nothing really happens to you. It's just
Does it look bubbly or something? Or
it just looks like it's welted. Like when you run your finger across it, you can feel it a little bit.
Okay. But it's still in the skin.
In the skin. Yeah. Like nothing's gonna happen to you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but it's not good.
It's not good. Yeah. But that's how you learn.
Yeah, it is. It's trial and error. Yeah.
Trial and error, definitely.
Yeah, that's why I say like you gotta have a heavy hand. Depends like who you're working on and stuff like that.
You got anybody coming up? Like,
yeah, I just finished drawing out a tattoo before I came in here today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. You were just drawing it, not like.
Well, no, I finished like, you know, like laying it out, and I sent this to the person to see if they want to get it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you put effort sometimes, like drawing it out, and then someone's like, nah, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's kind of and they like, oh no, can you change this? I don't know, I just want it simpler.
Yeah, you draw like the intricate.
You give it to me, buddy. Yeah. Oh, you do the work.
Yeah, but I just did my my rib right here. I just did a cherub angel, and I'm gonna do another one on the other side because I have a heart right here in the middle.
Yeah,
with it's the, I forget what it's called, the name of the heart, but it's the heart with the flames with the cross in it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna have two angels. Yeah, the sacred heart. Yeah. And I'm gonna have two angels coming in, and they're both throwing like this like power ball, and it's going straight to the heart, and the heart's on flames. So
that's pretty cool.
It matches together.
Yeah. So I'm working on that right now. I did the other like this side last weekend. I was gonna try to do,
but now you gotta match it like proportion wise and everything.
Yeah, I did both sides of my chest.
Okay.
I did. I have a snake right here, and I have a panther right here, and they're both in the same spot.
Yeah, that's something I can't do. Like my shit would be like bigger over here, and fucking smaller.
No way, yeah.
I hear you.
I don't even think I could cut my own hair.
You have a stencil though, you know, like you can't, like, you know, it's like me. I consider tattoo being like easy if you're not freehanding. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like if you're using a stencil and like, you know, you're placing on the stencil, I consider if you know what you're doing and you know how to like tattoo stuff, it's like easy because like all you got to do is just go off these lines, look at the picture and see what you're doing, you know. But like say like you don't do that and like I draw like a stencil line on you or something like that, or I just take the needle and I just start tattooing. Like, you know, it's much harder, you know, like it takes a lot more creativity.
And there's no room for mistakes when you do that. Yeah.
But then again, like, you know, like if you make a mistake, it's like it could be taken as like, oh, I meant to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's like a fine line there, you know. Yeah. I think that's really a cool thing when artists do that. Yeah,
like because sometimes there have been multiple times where I'd be making something like on Photoshop and I just press a random thing like invert or something and it would look cooler like that, or just change some setting that I would click a random key and it would make something happen and now it looks better. So you don't know, like some mistakes are beneficial in that way.
They're meant to happen.
Yeah, they're meant to happen. I know a bunch of like music producers, like videos that I've seen, they say like some of their best sounds have come from mistakes. Something that they just or either the machine that they were using, the compressor malfunctioned, and now that sound came from that one-off thing. Like I can't even replicate it. Sometimes they say like it just came from that. You know,
like you heard something and you just need that sound.
There was this sound, I forget who it was, and I don't want to mess around, but there was this one rapper. Was it Metro Boomin? Nah. And he's a producer anyways, but somebody he's a producer. He heard like like his niece's like, or some family member or some friend, whatever, like their doll, and like made some like sound, and then he like found that interesting, so he recorded that, and then he like messed around with it, and it's like, and he made a whole song out of it. It's just crazy how like you just hear one thing that can like
the most simple thing.
Then your just brain's just so powerful. Like, oh shit, I can match that with that.
That's why if you watch the Kanye documentary, how he came up, like a lot of his like songs like are like, you know, he just found that song. He just like, you know, like he's always in the studio just like, you know, bobbing his head, you know, just always looking for that right tone, shit like that.
Yeah, he always produced his own thing too, which was, I think, kind of unique about
it's like admirable.
Admirable, because most rappers and most artists would just get a producer, and I think like Drake and some artists don't produce at all. So for him to like make the beats, and then it gives you a lot more creative control too, because you laid the foundation, and then now you know what to do after that. You could rap over it, whatever you want. And it's amazing to see how, like, I personally, for me, I would never want to know how to learn how to make music, because it would ruin it for me. It would ruin that. The excitement. The excitement.
I had a friend try to put me behind a production thing, whatever they call it, you know, the computer. While he was trying to make a beat, and I was just like, not today. Maybe one day. Not
today.
Was just trash. No, it's just a lot of things. Like you gotta like, just like you saying, like to set up the podcast. Like, there's a lot of things you gotta like like, you know, click and like
once you know it, I think it's easy, but in the beginning, it's
like riding a bike.
Yeah,
like you got to get used to it, and if like you're not used to it,
feeling.
It's like me telling you like, hey, go paint a fucking oil painting right now. You know, like
you wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah,
man, he's like 10 times better than you are.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know until you try though. You know, I tell people all the time because people are like, oh yeah, it's so cool that you know how to draw. You know, it's so cool that you know how to tattoo on yourself. I wish I could do that. Blah blah. Blah. I'll be drawing stick figures. I'm like, you know, like. No, literally, I heard that before, but it's like, you know, it's like whatever you put your time into, you know, it's like I tell people all the time, like, it's like I put my time into art, so like, you know, it's like I hope exactly. I'm good at this, like, you know.
The old saying is repetition is the mother of skill. So you got to just keep on working at it, and eventually, I think the more you do it, the more. It's not that it becomes easier. It's just that the knowledge has gained. Like it's become easier to you because you've just done it so many times.
It's like a muscle memory.
Yeah, muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's with sports. It's with literally everything.
Yeah. It's cool. Like when you get into that groove and you feel yourself like slipping into that groove, like where, you know, you're just like, you know, processing, you're just doing your thing. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. I think it's for musicians, it's probably powerful because I know
100%,
there's artists like Charlie Puth. You've probably heard of him, right? Yeah. And he just makes music from like literally anything. He would on the Tonight Show, he came in with a soundboard and like a mixer and stuff, and he recorded a cup, just the ting of a cup, and he mixed that together and made a whole beat from that in like literally 2 minutes.
Really?
2 minutes, just doing stuff. And you know. That skill came from years of practice, years of going after it over and over. To be able to simplify it and do it in 2 minutes, it's crazy.
That's crazy. To make a whole beat.
Yeah, you need to go pee?
No, I said to make a whole beat in like 2 minutes.
I thought I heard that too. I was like,
No. I would have told you guys a long time ago.
This guy's sitting like, fuck You could go if you want.
No, I said to make a whole beat in 2 minutes. That's crazy.
Yeah, 2 minutes. That shows skill.
That's how fast like those rappers these days, they make songs. Like, you know, they just half the time, you know, they just go in the booth and like, you know, they.
Lil Wayne is like that.
Yeah,
Lil Wayne, he doesn't write down a word and just free flow consciousness just goes at it.
So he makes a song in like 10 minutes. It was like whole like an hour and 50-minute studio session. You made like almost 100 songs.
I know.
Like,
he was in an interview and this lady was talking to him and she asked him, "You probably have like 50 songs in the vault." And he started laughing at her, just like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, let me put it into perspective for you. He's like, "I just went to the studio last night. I came out with 50 songs. Yeah. That's just one session in one night. Yeah. So what are you talking about? Vault right here. This child's play.
Yeah. For real. And that's the thing, you know, like people don't think about it, like, but with all those unreleased like music and like unreleased like songs, like it's not only like taking like money from the artist, it's like it's taking like their like creation, you know. Like, they didn't even want anybody to see that. That's like finding somebody's art book and just like posting it.
How do they even get all that? That's crazy.
Either they're close friends or somebody like they give it to their close friends and then one of those people gives it to somebody else, and then
or the producer just leaves their computer open and their friend comes in and just starts going on and sends it to themselves. It's like a lot of ways it can happen, and it's hard to pinpoint who did it.
That's crazy.
It sucks for them though, because some of these artists don't want those songs or they want to release it, but now it's just it ruins the excitement for something new.
To drop. Definitely.
Like there was the song Niagara Falls on Metro's album. I listened to that like 2 years ago. It was on YouTube.
Oh wow.
It's hard for it to be excited when it drops.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was already out. Like and it just. I don't look for it. It's just on YouTube. Sometimes it gets recommended based on like what other music videos you've seen and whatever. And so it boosts the algorithm and it's a new song or whatever. And people just click it and eventually has like millions of views. Yeah.
That's like with that new song 530. Kanye.
Oh yeah. I listen to that too.
That's a hard song, but like it's only like a couple seconds, you know.
Yeah. Or I got the full.
You got the full song?
Yeah, I got the full song.
I need that.
Yeah. It's on YouTube.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the one that he posted for like a little bit, and there's like a person with like a sun in the background or something like that?
That's a different one. That's I forget how it goes. It's like someday we'll all be free, right?
Yeah,
that one.
like
There's that one, and then there's this other one.
5:30.
5:30.
What's it about?
And he sampled this girl. I just listened to her original song.
Mm-hmm.
I forget her name. It's like SXSH or some shit like that. And yeah, she has a beautiful voice, and he sampled like literally the last part of her singing and just repeated that, and it goes so well. Yeah,
it sounds so dope. Yeah,
it's
like it makes you like.
He just has a different ear for music. Like
definitely.
It's unlike anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's talent.
Yeah, it's talent.
And it's like, it's what you put your time into.
Yeah.
How many years have you been doing it?
Yeah.
It's a lot of time.
And that documentary revealed a lot to me, and it showed me how important it is to be consistent.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't just start music and then for a few years just said, I'm not going to do this anymore.
He brought the whole college dropout into the studio, and they didn't want to listen to it.
Yeah.
And then
crazy.
even
like,
if even when that happened, he didn't just give up there.
He's like, I need to go
like
somewhere
he just
else.
kept on doing it.
Yeah.
Until he got recognized. That's the thing.
Yeah. And it wasn't until after his accident like that he almost died, and then he wrote. And even when he had the accident, like he wrote Through the Wire.
Yeah. That's why that song's so hard to me, because you can hear it in the song. Like his voice, like his jaw was screwed up. Like,
he had like metal and shit like in his mouth, and he still did it through the wire, and that's why it's so great. And that was, I think, the first song that really like popped off for him.
Really?
Because the music video and everything that went into it, and I forget the guy's name who filmed it. Who was the guy?
I don't.
Yeah, he was.
Damn, he was the main dude too.
He says his name all the time. Because he's been his cameraman the whole time.
Yeah. But yeah, that guy, he made the music video, and that started off like the trajectory, and then College Dropout and all that. And I think 2004-ish was when it first came out. Yeah. But so that point of just never giving up.
Yeah.
But, and I think there was an energy shift too, like in his own way of looking at himself. In 1998 or whatever, you could see like his shoulders were down, like he was like just a regular dude. But then in 2004, he was Kanye fucking West. Right? Like there was a difference in the way he carried himself and everybody else. I think the way you look at yourself is how everyone looks at you. So if you look at yourself as great, you are. Yeah.
And Drake has that bar. He says it's crazy when you are who you think you are.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling.
Yeah.
Dang, what's that dude's name, bro? Who's that camera dude? I've been trying to think this whole entire time. It's at the tip. It's at the top of my,
we'll look it up later. Yeah, that guy. He's still with Kanye. I think, like still filming stuff. And
I bet. Yeah. It was crazy.
But now Kanye, like he's in such deep shit from what he's been saying.
Well, because he's always been the only person to speak out.
Yeah.
And like not speak out, like speak how he feels, and like a lot of people like
are scared to do that shit.
Yeah. A lot of people have different like viewpoints, a lot of stuff, but like they go along with a lot of stuff because they don't want to put themselves out there and like stuff like that.
Yeah, he wasn't afraid to be canceled because he is canceled right now. Like,
well, he's always said F the media. He doesn't even like that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, he was on that Alex Jones interview. Did you hear about that? It was. He was talking about.
Is that the one when he actually like said some crazy?
Yeah, like he was talking about Nazis. Like, and then he's like, Alex Jones like, you like just the uniforms, right? Like, because he's into fashion and shit. He's like, no, I love everything. Every day.
At that point, I think like he's just trying to piss people off. Like, because genuinely, do you think like he really believes that?
It's weird. It's wild, but. I think sometimes even himself, he might not be able to communicate the right words.
Yeah, what he wants to say.
What he's really feeling, he's not able to do it.
And usually that's the only way he could probably do it is not through like, talking to people. It's probably through his music.
Through his music, yeah.
I That's that one thing that the Steam player he made. That
my buddy got that.
Oh yeah, stem player.
I think it's dope. Like where you can just cut out the audio. And just hear the
and
beat.
it's just like whoosh, and you have to, like each time. Yeah, it goes to the next. You can put any song on there too, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
You have it or
No, I was saying this was like dope. Yeah, it's cool that he made like.
My buddy's got it. He let me use it one time. I was like, what the hell? This is crazy. You can make your own beat. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it with any song, which is crazy. That's
positive
different level.
Or like,
I don't think he made it though. I think he got his album on there because I heard they took him off of the Stem player.
The Stem player.
Yeah, once everybody canceled him.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know if he owns that company, but that was a cool thing that he did. You know.
Yeah. I don't think he'll ever be like fully canceled because his music is too good. His music is it's just will be a classic and remembered for generations.
Yeah.
Like, sure, he's different now, but like the music he makes is still amazing.
Yeah. And he's never really done anything bad.
Yeah.
You know, he's never done anything. It's like what he's said.
Speaking wise,
yeah.
It's not like he's going out there and like he did have that outburst with that paparazzi guy, but that's people messing with you. Like, it's all human too. You know,
where's like, oh, Kanye, did you?
That's that old one when they're all in his face and I think he smashed the camera guy's camera and the guy sued him.
But that would be crazy to me to live a life where you see cameras following you every single day.
At that point,
you're at your house. You see cameras outside. You're driving.
I was nervous getting this.
Like every move you do, there's somebody filming. That's another level.
Yeah, you gotta accept it, but it would be annoying.
Talking about this shit.
It would be hard to just like act normal because like you always want to you put on people don't put on their true colors in front of the camera all the time, so it's like you
had to turn it on a little bit, like especially if you're doing an interview or doing like making music or something. There's an energy shift, like you have more passion and you're thinking more clearly. But at your house, really, like you're gonna fucking stand your guard every single time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a different level of fame right there. I wouldn't want that. Like,
I don't want the money, but not the fame.
Yeah. But I think especially in music, it comes with that, and it's hard. That's the price to pay. Like you had to pay the price of fame.
Same thing about being an actor because your face is always there. So someone sees you walking down the street or at the store. Yeah. It's crazy
because they're just literally like me and you and all of us are like freaking humans, just regular ass people at the end of the day, but just got millions of more money than us.
They're not that different.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not different at all.
Yeah, they're not different. It clicked to me one time when I was at a basketball game because an NBA basketball game. It was like the Lakers Clippers because this whole time I've seen this on TV and I thought these were like, superstars and fucking, LeBron James and all these great athletes. But then you get there and, you see their greatness, but you realize they're human. Like
they look like a normal person.
It's just like a normal person, right?
It's not like LeBron James has some crazy wings.
Like he's no different than any of us, but he's just worked on his craft to the point where he's become this great. And anybody could do that with anything. Like it's not reserved for some people. You don't have to be born somewhere to be that great. You don't have to live in a certain neighborhood or have these certain parents or grow up in a certain time. Like anybody, anytime can develop themselves to that. And that, I think once you understand that, it takes the limit off because I think as human beings, we place limits on ourselves more than anybody else. We place it on ourselves because we see society telling us to do things. We see other people telling us to do things. And we box ourselves in. And the moment you realize that was in your own mind, you were set free.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's why they say, it's good to set goals, but too many goals is not good to set because, then you're just setting, a lot of barriers.
Yeah, limitations.
Limitations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. That's why I like setting big goals because even if there's a great quote by Les Brown who said, "Shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll be among the stars."
Yeah.
So set it so big that it's not getting there. That's not the important part.
Right.
It's seeing how far you can go.
Yeah.
Because if you set it too small, sure, you might get there.
Right.
But there's more there. There's like infinite potential.
Yeah.
Like I think there's not enough lifetimes for us to have the potential, like the complete potential. Yeah. It's not, there's not enough lifetimes for it.
It's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
Yeah.
Because think about it, if we're born and we're thinking about the destination, we're just thinking about the end
point.
Yeah. It's about the journey.
Exactly. Alan Watts, a great like philosopher, he said, he compared it to the same thing that you're talking about with the music. He said, if the shortest song was the best song, then if that's how the best thing was, then the shortest song would be the best song.
Yeah.
But it's not. Like, it's not about the length of time. It's everything in between.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. It's I think life is all how you look at it. So this is a great way to understand different perspectives too. Like you could be in the worst place in your life and just get a new idea, and that'll change everything.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's
Right.
new ideas. That's
Yeah.
why knowledge is power, because knowledge is new ideas.
Yeah.
That'll change everything.
Sure.
Let's see how long we've been going at.
Fuck, hour and a half, hour 2.
Yeah, it's like hour 24.
Yeah.
That didn't even feel like anything.
It did,
Right? Should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 o'clock already?
Yeah.
I'm good, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but thank you for coming on, bro.
No
This
problem, yeah.
This was really fun.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you
is dope.
for coming
of
up.
course.
Cool
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
I know, first time doing the podcast for him.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times.
300,000. Yeah. It was cool, huh? It was like it was easy.
Yeah, it's dope, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have you back, and hopefully you do many more. You know,
Yeah,
It'll
definitely.
be fun. And do you have anything to promote? Any Instagrams?
Just
or?
my Instagram, tattoos by Jacques Riley.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah,
about
I'll
it,
link that in the description. Anybody who wants a tattoo, get it from him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See some of his art.
I also do paintings. You can hit me up for painting. I can take time out to do that, commissions. I just haven't done that.
You ever painted for a cool minute?
I'm painting for a cool minute.
Really?
It's something I really want to get back into.
Yeah.
Because it's not like something I lost, Like just like, once you have it, you have it. But it's like, I just haven't done it.
Mm-hmm.
You still got to break the rust off.
Yes, but sometimes you need that break, because then you come back with a new perspective. Then you come back with like a new
100%.
energy to it.
Yeah, that's why it's always good to like when you're painting to take a break, breather, look away from it, and then come back to it and like fully look at it, because that way
Exactly
what you're doing.
Yeah, but again, thank you guys for coming on.
It's
been a pleasure, and hope everyone listening enjoyed it as well.
Yeah,
and thank you
definitely.
for all
Appreciate
listening. Much love, peace, love, positivity.
God bless.
Bye.
Peace.